Welcome back to our YouTube channel, everybody. I am your infamous host, Dustin Murphy. Today we're going to be taking a look at Battlefield 1's open beta, something with which I've been playing quite a bit on Xbox One, and I hope to see you guys on the Battlefield here on PlayStation 4 since I chose this to be my home for the remainder of the beta. Now, the one thing I will give you a disclaimer of before we continue, which EA does as well, this game is not in its release stage. It is actually in pre-release stage of development, meaning the game may not function as intended, or it might not function at all, meaning we can encounter bugs, a lot of them at times. Now, because I have had this issue on the Xbox One, the only way I've been able to fix the "you have lost connection to the EA service" error is I have to go to the multiplayer menu, which you're going to see me do here in just a second, and then I will hit go online, and voila, we are connected, which works wonderfully. And I'm sorry if some of you have encountered this. Definitely give it a try to see if you can get into beta. Now, the one thing you're going to notice is Battlelog has changed a little bit. We did not have that interface before with Battlefield Hardline and 4 and 1 all in the same menus. Now, because this is beta, they've given us two modes on one map, one of which is Conquest, which for that you have played Call of Duty, it is a giant domination mode with 64 players, 32 on each team, while we also get Rush, which is two teams of 12 at 24 players in total. Now, one thing you will see here on Capture and Hold the Flags version of Conquest is, well, this has all the vehicles while Rush does not. Yes, you heard that right. You will see biplanes, you will see horses, you will see light armored vehicles, you will see heavy tanks and light tanks. You will even see, believe it or not, buggies. Oh, not buggies like you're thinking. You'll see cars with mounted turrets in them. Now, I will be taking a look at both mounted weapons, non-mounted weapons, the sniper class, weather changes, what you would expect to see in a beta, especially for a game of this prestige. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer. I am a huge fan of Battlefield, not so much Call of Duty, so you will hear me say what I would like to see in one or the other, quite possibly. Now, I will be referencing Battlefront since it is the game that has used the new Frostbite engine to the most and given us this realistic cinematic experience, which you're seeing right now on your screen. This game looks phenomenal already loading in. Just like before in any previous title, we do have multiple squads, but to fit the time period, we have Apples, Butter, Charlie, Duff, Edward, Freddy, George, Harry, Ink, Johnny, and King. Unlike what we're used to with Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, for example. Now, the one thing that I will be trying out is I have not messed with the Assault class, believe it or not. To your surprise, that might be a little different, especially since anybody that notices our YouTube channel, I'm personally a huge fan of snipers. Now, I do want to apologize to those of you who wanted a Titanfall 2 open technical test video. We didn't do one because, well, I got too caught up into it. But I have a little more free time, so we're going to do a full-blown fun week of Battlefield 1 all the way through this weekend, depending on how long it stays open. Now, just like you would expect, this game looks fantastic. For those of you who have played Battlefront, you'll take notice of the graphics engine. It looks almost just like Battlefront's. It's realistic, it's cinematic, it's gorgeous. The particle effects are on par with PC, which is fantastic for us here on console, as many of us want that PC-like experience. Now, the one thing I have had an issue with is frame rate hiccups, but I will be skipping ahead here for a second. I want you to see this engine. Yes, random weather effects. It goes from nice and sunny and sandy to it looks like I'm about to be hit with a sandstorm, which I actually have in my gameplay. I've actually encountered fog and sandstorms, which is fantastic and awesome. I've even gotten to use the gas mask. Yes, you heard that right. You are going to have to use a gas mask to keep from getting gassed by enemies. Unfortunately, I've had the experience of also finding out it disables your weapons. Now, what's really cool here is you're seeing vehicles. Yes, vehicles that match the World War I era, which is an era we have not actually seen very well in games. Some of you have actually may have been watching on this game and an upcoming title called Verdun, which is another World War I shooter that looks fantastic. It's one I'm actually pretty excited for as well. Now, this Battlefield has my attention more than any other since I'm a huge fan of the Bad Company. And I've been waiting for something like this since Bad Companies 1 and 2, just to have that kind of aesthetically pleasing feel back. Something fresh, something new, not modern. Now, what is really cool about this is vehicles that you normally have seen on the streets of, say, England back then, they've been militarized. They've been heavily armored or even lightly armored so that they will pull some form of defenses against enemy munitions. Now, here you're actually going to get to take a look of sniper rifles. These things are fantastic. I love these things. They feel amazingly good in this game. Now, one thing that will be taken into account for at a later date is these sniper rifles are only good in meters, not feet, meters. The one I'm using now drops off at 300 meters and does not effectively shoot past 300 meters. And you can actually change your aiming distances from 75 meters to 150 meters to 300 meters for your effective ranges. Now here you're getting to see quite a bit of what I was talking about, which is the mounted weapons. Yes, I am excited to see these. They are fantastic, they are enjoyable, and oh my god are they powerful like they would have been back then. Now, because I did get curious to what kind of damage they do to vehicles, I decided why the heck not fight a vehicle. First, I actually kind of want to see what I can do to a building firsthand. So let's tear this wood shed all to hell and back, and then let's go into the enemy. As you can see here, weapons do just as expected. They're not going to do a whole lot to enemy vehicles unless you can get away with it. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of getting out of mine and then trying to kill the enemy vehicle. Had I stayed in it and attacked, I'm pretty sure I would have taken out that enemy, got the frags, and walked away a living guy to shoot another day. Unfortunately, I'm having to respawn on this tremendous map. As you can see here, each spawn has its own indicators of which vehicles are available in it, from the biplanes to the horses to the cars. Now, as you can see here, sniper rifles are not going to be the most accurate. I did not set my distances for what I was shooting at. I probably still have it set for 150 meters because that's average for me, is between 150 and 300. So I'm going to set it to 75 and make it optimal for under 75 to 75 meters. As you can see here, enemies are holding down Charlie. And why the hell not go down there? Even though I just saw a smoke grenade go in. Let's throw a grenade.
We have taken objective George.
Now let's go down. As you can see here, I'm getting a slight collision detection bug, which isn't letting me go exactly up how I want to. But one thing you get to take a note of here is weapons actually hurt the terrain now. If it's sandbags, they hurt it. If it's barrels, they hurt it. If it's a box, they hurt it. It's phenomenal what we're seeing. But because I do want to smash two modes into one video, I'm going to give you guys a look at Rush. I'm hoping we have 64-man Rush in the full title, but for now we're going to have 24-man, so I'll fast forward, let you see a little more combat. Here with the medic, I will go ahead and prepare to do a revive, which you'll see with a syringe, which isn't too different from what we were used to back then. But because I do want to take a look at Rush, like I said, I'm actually going to load in, let you guys see a little bit of Rush without commentary, and I really hope you tune back into our page. If you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button where you know that we have new videos coming up, and definitely leave us some comments in the comment section and let us know what you'd like to see more of and what you really look forward to seeing when it comes to Battlefield launching this fall.
Attack the new objectives. We have armed objective butter. We have taken both objectives. Wait for the enemy artillery barrage to stop firing. Attack the new objectives. We have armed objective apples. We have taken out objective butter. Wait for the enemy artillery barrage to stop firing.
Sighted a tank.
Attack the new objectives. We have armed objective butter. armed objective apples. We have taken out objective butter.
That's a tank!
We have armed objective apples.
What's up?
We have taken out objective apples.
The objective is ours!
Wait for the enemy artillery barrage to stop firing.
Champions! This is fucked up! Help us out!
We have armed objective apples. We have armed objective butter. We have taken out objective apples.
I want to thank everybody for tuning into our YouTube channel again today. I really hope you like what you saw. This game is phenomenal and definitely meets my expectations as the first Battlefield to meet them since Battlefield Bad Company 2. If you did like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube channel. We definitely like the follows. We definitely appreciate the feedback. If you have not downloaded this beta, it's available on the Origin for PC. It's available here on the PlayStation Network's PlayStation Store. And for Xbox Live, it's on the Xbox Marketplace for download today. Stay tuned for more of our videos, and thank you for tuning in again.